The Community Music School in Springfield has received $50,000 in state funds for their adaptive music program, a partnership with Springfield Public Schools. The program offers training for special education teachers and allows instructors to work directly with special needs students in the classroom. Carolee McGrath sat down with those involved with the program to learn more.
The Community Music School, 3 years ago, embarked on a partnership with the Springfield Public Schools. And we had done that previously through a program called the Sonido Musica program, which was a public school partnership that allowed music education to go into the schools and connect with the music teachers that were there, or perhaps build capacity for the future music teachers that were to be hired. So having done that, we discovered that the special needs component of that, a lot of the kids who were participating in the Sonido Musica program were really experiencing transformative experiences, and they were part of a special ed program as well in their schools. So fortunately for us, on our faculty, we had someone who not only had a master's in music education, but a master's in special education. So we went back to Julie and asked her to help us craft a program that Andy could provide music education with special needs, with the curriculum of special needs in the public schools. We tested it in the first year we had 3 sites, and the implications of that have been stunning. So in conjunction with Julie Jaron and the Springfield Public Schools, we continued to recognize that we needed to teach the teachers, not just do the work in the individual classrooms. So we added professional development and a curriculum that would allow the teachers to build their tools in their toolkit. The reason that was of interest, I think, to the politicians who we presented this to, which was Senator Lesser, Senator Welch, and really the representatives in the House and the Senate, was that this was a linkage that would allow it to create sort of like leveraging the skills that we believed would allow the public schools to unlock potential, because 20% of the kids in the Springfield Public Schools are designated with special needs. So this is an opportunity to take a $50,000 grant and put it to use immediately in leveraging this partnership.
So Andy, tell us, what does this look like when you go into a school or when you're working with teachers? Like, walk us through how you instruct them and what you do with the kids.
Well, we keep it very different for each site. So at the heart of special education is that we really individualize it for each site and for each student and for each classroom. So to give you a picture of one of the sites where I'm at, a preschool, we have the preschoolers come in combinations of classes. And this is a mixed program too, so we have students with autism alongside typically developing peers. And they'll come in with their teachers, paraprofessionals. I'll lead a music class with them. And then we also focus on similar academic goals that they're working on in the classroom. So at preschool, it's a lot of pre-literacy skills, learning your letters, learning phonics, learning how to count. So we incorporate that into the music. And
what kind of songs? Like, give me an example.
Oh, well, we do, sometimes I make up my own songs. We do a lot of folk songs. So, the preschool songs.
Things that they could chant along to. Even an ABC song would get them all engaged and excited.
And a really neat thing we see, especially at the preschool level, is some of these students with autism, their parents are told, we don't know if this child will ever be able to speak. And we're finding that through the music class, a lot of these students are speaking for the first time.
That's so cool.
Which is really exciting.
So that must be so exciting for you to be part of that and to see that in the classroom.
It's incredibly rewarding, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the value of this, in a public school setting. I think a lot of times when we think about public schools, we think about testing, and sometimes the arts get pushed aside. But obviously there are so many benefits, for children to have this art program in the school.
Well, it is incredibly beneficial, and really the saying of "it takes a village" is absolutely correct in this case, because many times music education graduates will come out of college receiving some training with special needs topics, and that really translated into practice is not enough to give the children what they need. So having the ability to work with Andy and Eileen and the Community Music School has been invaluable to our students. We're able, as Andy said, to see development in our students where the nonverbal student is able now to start speaking, to start singing, to start using oral language, using their listening skills, being able to communicate in ways that were never present before having the opportunity to participate in the Adaptive Music Partnership. So it's, as I said, it's just a really wonderful place to have a starting point. And then providing professional development for our teachers has been something that really we haven't had a depth of knowledge in our community to be able to access. So having the community music school as the focal point of blending music education with special education has been another opportunity where we've been able to then present professional development to our teachers and allow them to become more well-versed in using best practices in special education blended with music education.
And they must be excited about that as well, because I'm sure teachers, they're always trying to reach their kids, and it makes them happy when kids are all singing together. So they must be really thrilled about learning really, new skills and, as you said, best practices in the classroom.
Oh, absolutely. This is very innovative. And, for my teachers to be on the cutting edge of something that pedagogically hasn't been really used before and is a brand new opportunity to support their instructional practices. And then, of course, at the heart of everything is what's good for students, and being able to feel solid in the fact that not only are we bringing them something of value as far as their own musicianship, no matter how small and no matter what their special needs are, but being able then to translate that into, we're doing something musically that's good for children, but we're doing something also that's good for their whole person, and we're looking at the whole child.
Right, and I think that's a great point, because I think music is sort of a universal language, but it also builds confidence in kids. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it's absolutely remarkable. One of the joys I have is when I can go and watch Andy in the classroom, the Early Childhood Center that Rose Waltak is in charge of. She's also the director of the autism program at the whole district. So for us to partner and to be able to create these programs with such incredible educators it unlocks the beauty of the music, because the kids just understand the opportunity to just express themselves. And when I get to watch, and I sit in the back and I watch their level of engagement, it's remarkable. And it happens whether we're talking special needs or whether we're in the classroom looking at, middle school kids, high school kids. For a lot of what we've been able to data collect through working with our partnership with the Springfield Public Schools, for some kids, it's the reason that they look forward to coming to school. It's what makes, and again, for all of us who are involved in any kind of creative endeavor, it unlocks this potential, like what else can I do? It builds confidence. So we've always known that we've had this secret weapon, which is music. It's just so important to align ourselves with people frankly, with Senator Lesser, who put this in front of the Senate, and then it was unanimously approved by the Senate and the House. If we can't get funding for these kinds of projects, it's very hard for us to continue to do the work. So we're so fortunate that we have the right kind of professionalism combined with people who really understand what you just said, which is the power of music, not just as something that's nice, but something that's necessary and is at the heart of the unlocking, I think, the potential of not just children, but a community. Because this is a community endeavor. And we're a perfect example of why we're called the Community Music School, because we need everyone to put their best ideas forward, and we try to do it in a thoughtful and intentional way. And I think this program is a perfect example of community impact.